Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here. We're going to look at the NASBU, the updated version, the 1996 version, and some things that are in here. And I find it fascinating. Larry Vance, really in his Double Jeopardy, Bruce Metzger even quotes that book because it's authoritative, goes into the changes and how the NASB over the years since it came out has been moving back towards a King James reading. So let's look at Matthew 17:21 right up here in the fourth column at the very top. You'll notice that it actually has Matthew 17:21, this kind cometh not out but by prayer and fasting, whereas things like the ESV and the NRSV and the NIV and the NIRV and maybe even the NLT actually remove that verse. Now at the bottom there is a note that says early manuscripts do not contain this verse. Now, of course, now that Sinaiticus and Vaticanus are being shown not to be early manuscripts, that's getting really taken out. Another one is Matthew 18:11. It says early manuscripts don't contain this verse, but we're going to see they actually put it in brackets, the way they've traditionally done, like John 7:53 through 8:11, and maybe some other verses that they bracket, 1 John 5:7. Well, not even that, but anyhow, so it's fascinating to me that they're reinserting these things. 23:14, and it'll say again, this verse not found in early manuscripts, but they felt the need to put it in the text. So that's interesting. And I'm not even positive that's universal across NASBs. Now, what we're going to look at is we're going to see if in sometimes when it wasn't noticeable, like whole verses, did they still reinsert it into the text? Or are they kind of being almost disingenuous here? And I don't want to impugn their motives. Okay, Matthew 5:22. Matthew 5:22. And it says, but I say unto you that everyone who is angry with his brother shall be guilty before the court. Now you'll notice in the King James, it's going to say without a cause. Now I did want to mention as we're looking that up, that like the book of Jeremiah is massively rescinded in this, and the Jews say that the Masoretic text of Jeremiah is the text that has it all, that Jeremiah rewrote, that the reason it's so much shorter in modern versions is because that's what the king burnt, that they only got part of it. Okay, so 5:22, but I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause. So taking without a cause out is very material, because Jesus looked around about people in anger. So, and I don't even see without a cause at the bottom. Okay, so 5:44, but I say unto you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Listen to how it reads in the King James. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. So how does it read again? But I say unto you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. No blessing those. So you can see that in 5:44 it's much shorter. So I think what the NASB thought they could do is like, okay, people are going around showing all these verses that are missing. We better put them back in because the sales are lacking. But now some of the ones without the verses missing, where it's just large swaths, we'll just leave those out. And they don't put it in the bottom either. Okay, so 6:13 of Matthew, the Lord's Prayer. And do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Now it does put this in brackets, for yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. But notice it doesn't even have a note that's not, that early manuscripts take that out or anything. It's just in brackets right there. So like I said, since the NASB has come out, they have been trying to bring it more in alignment with the King James. It's kind of fascinating. King James isn't changing. Some people have tried, like in the New King James, but they know the jig is up. Anyhow, I just keep reading the King James. It's done a lot of good for a lot of years. And then it was all around the world before it was translated into English in other languages. So God bless. Talk with you later in Jesus' name.